Hi Clint, we're just taking a look at the biplane and the exhaust that you've made me. We've strung some string from the nose bowl to the fuselage so that we can kind of see where stuff's interfering. As you can see, our ball joint here, a minimum, sorry about the light, minimum 1 3/4 too low. You can see how it's hanging down, so we probably need to come up 1 7/8 or 2 inches here. This number 3 riser is also into the cowling. You can see how that's deflected and touching. Now when you raise that up 1 7/8 or something like that, that is obviously going to pull this out of the cowl. It may need to get tipped in ever so slightly, but obviously clearance on the intake is going to be a concern. But that will probably correct that. The number 1 pipe, no problems, but it's going to have to get adjusted because the number 2 cylinder it's connected to, the ball joint on that side is too low as well. The issue at the front, when you raise that, will be here, where we have, you know, maybe only 1 inch of clearance between this pipe and the oil sump. Okay, coming to the other side. This ball joint is not as bad. It's low by about 1 1/4 inches, so maybe again coming up to 1 3/8 or 1.5 inches. Obviously that'll be raised already, so it won't interfere there. Number 2 is really interfering with the cowl, so it's whether you can avoid hitting our fitting here, which is probably only 1/2 inch to that fitting there. So it's whether you can kind of come ahead of that, get this pulled up, get it tucked in a bit. You know, you got about 1 inch, 3/4 inch to 1 inch clearance on that intake tube, or whether you, as I think you mentioned earlier, come ahead of this intake pipe and come down. Just being mindful that I have inverted oil system, so I've got an inverted oil return line here coming back into the aircraft. If you need any other pictures or anything like that, I can get those for you as well. Let me know if this is helpful, and if necessary I could send the old exhaust as well, so you kind of see how ugly it was and also how they came in. They came in very tight here as well. Anyway, hope that's helpful. Really happy. I mean, these tailpipes are just gorgeous. The whole thing is beautiful. So hopefully we can just tuck it all up into the cowling.